Nice pause. I struggled for 13 years. Well, first I should say my mother passed away on October 20th. And, weeks after that, months after that, for 13 years I struggled with the concept of, not so much why me, but why her, why my mother. And I kept saying to myself, everything happens for a reason. God has a plan. But I couldn't figure it out. What is this reason? Why does God have a plan? Why my mother, the most beautiful woman in the earth to me, my best friend, the person I look up to, the person I call whenever I have a free second, why does my mother have cancer? Why am I losing her when I'm 23 years old? And it boggled my mind for 13 years. And I still, up until 2 weeks ago, didn't know the reason. Until one night, I was out with my father. We went to a baseball game, and we were sitting in a restaurant. And a couple was sitting next to me. And I knew them because my mother had ran a youth hockey tournament in the town of Framingham. And it wasn't for me. It wasn't because I was a hockey player, because my dad was a coach. It's because she liked to see the kids out there having fun. So she did it, and then when work became too much, she passed it on to somebody else. And the person that she passed it on to was sitting next to me. So, we were talking, small talk, and then he got up and left. And as my father and I were trying to leave, the waiter said, "You can't leave yet." So, what do you mean can't leave? The bill's paid, I'm full, I want to go home, I'm tired of going to bed. She said, "You can't leave yet." And she said, "If you try to leave, we're taking the keys away from you." So I had no idea what was going on. So the guy ended up coming back. He put his hand on my shoulder. I turned around, and he put a piece of paper in my hand and said, "Thank you." "Thank you for what?" And he said, "Thank you." And I opened it up, and it was a check for $1,500 for a relay. And I went over to him, and I said, "Why are you thanking me? I can't believe you did this for me." And he said that they had a tournament this year, and they did a 50-50 raffle, and 50% of that money went into my relay, our relay, because that's how much my mother meant to them. So at that point, I knew something special had happened, but I didn't exactly know why. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, everything happens for a reason. This has to have something to do with it. So I got home, and I'm trying to fall asleep, and I can't. So I sit up, and I'm looking at the check. And as tears are falling on the check, it hit me. Everything happens for a reason. This is the reason. God put my mother in this place. My mother, the most beautiful woman in the world, who could start a party at any second, could stop a party by walking in the room. She could light up this track right now with her smile. My mother, she was stuck with breast cancer because she could turn a negative like that into a positive, and because of her, someone's going to benefit from it. It takes a special person to be able to say that, and my mother was able to say, she right now would be able to say that if she could come down here and talk right now, because she was able to inspire so many people to donate. And that's, I've been able to raise a lot of money over 3 years. And, people always say congratulations to me. It means nothing to me. It's to my mother, because she inspired people the way she battled her disease and her cancer. So everything happens for a reason. I'm doing a relay here. My cousin did a relay down in Florida. Pan Mass challenges are being done throughout the state of Massachusetts for my mother. All this money is being donated because she battled the disease so gracefully. Because she gave her life to the disease. She battled as hard as she could. And at the end, 13 years, it was a courageous battle, but that was the reason. I struggled with it for 13 years, and now that I know that reason, I feel a lot better, because I know that there's a reason why my mother isn't here. Or when I go down for breakfast, she's not already making me scrambled eggs. Why, when I feel like calling somebody, I can't open my phone and dial Mom. I know that there's a reason, and I'm at peace with that right now. But everyone out here, we have to do this. We have to keep raising money for Relay. We have to keep going out there. If it's not Relay, we got to do something else. Because there's no reason that anyone else out here should have to grow up without their mother, grow up without their father, without their best friend. It's just, cancer is just an awful thing, and we can't let it take over like it's doing right now. Now, I also got to thank my teammates for being there for me. 3 years, 4 years in a row, we've been able to raise a ton of money, and it's because I have the best friends in the world here with me. I couldn't do without you guys. It's not just Relay, just being there for me when I needed you guys. And one guy in particular, which I have to mention, is Paul Tedesca. If I was at the top of the Relay list, he was right next to me. And I might have been his sidekick in most things, but he was my sidekick in this, and he knew how important it was to me. And every time I needed something, he was there, whether it was to listen, to talk, anything. Paul Tedesco was always there, and I'm forever grateful for you for that, kid. But seriously, folks, we have to keep doing things like this. This is the most people I've ever seen at Relay in my 4 years. We have to keep coming back to these things. We have to do it. And I'm telling you right now that the thing that I look forward to every day, the reason why I get up in the morning, because I'm going to be honest with you, I wake up and I don't want to go downstairs because I know my mother's not there. When I go to bed, it's hard to fall asleep not being able to say goodnight, Ma. I have to take every day 24 hours at a time because I can't look past tomorrow because I know she's not there. But the reason why I get up every morning, the reason why I can fall asleep with a clear conscience is because I know that through events like this, by the time I see my mother again, I'm going to be able to look at her, give her a big hug, and say, Ma, there's no more cancer. We found the cure. And I know in my heart that day is out there, and I know that we're close. I know we're just around the corner, and it's through events like this. It's through great people like you raising money, through your friends and family that donate to causes like this, that we will find a cure for cancer, and it's out there. And I appreciate all the effort that everyone does for this. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to everybody out there, too. We have to keep doing this, and I hope and I pray to God that someday everyone out here can go see somebody up in heaven that they missed, that they lost to cancer, and they can say the same thing. There's no more cancer. It's all good. We beat it. There is a cure out there. And that is the day that I look forward to. That's what gets me up every morning. That's why I can fall asleep with a clear conscience. Bryant University, I thank you again for having us back here for a 4th year. It's truly an honor for ETI Bedtime Bryant to be here and letting us have our jump off for the 4th year. We've had a lot of fun. And thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We would now like to invite Pat to light his candle from the flame of hope. We will ask that this flame be passed through the crowd until every candle is lit.